So what is intermittent fasting? So fasting is simply any time that you're not eating. It's not some weird and crazy punishment. It's simply the flip side of eating. So if you eat, then your insulin levels go up. If you don't eat, or when you're fasting, then your blood insulin levels go down. And that's the whole point. Now, in a normal situation, for example, if you eat 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, you might eat for 10 to 12 hours of the day. For example, you might eat breakfast at 7 in the morning, you might eat dinner at 7 in the evening. So 12 hours of feeding. And then if you don't eat from dinner time till the next day's breakfast, then you have 12 hours of fasting. And then you're relatively balanced. However, that's not going to make you lose weight. So if you're trying to lose weight, then what you can do is simply extend those periods of fasting. And that's what's called intermittent fasting. So there are several very popular strategies for that. If you simply increase your fasting from 12 hours, which is a sort of normal situation, to say 16 hours, then you have something called a 16-8, which is 16 hours of fasting and 8 hours of eating. Some people also say this is simply shrinking your eating window. So for example, you might eat from 11 in the morning to 7 p.m. That's 8 hours during which you eat, and the 16 hours where you don't eat. So during that 16 hours, you allow your body to kind of pull the energy back out and burn it for energy. A slightly higher level of fasting might be a 24-hour fast, or slightly less, say 23 and a half hours, for example, if you eat from dinner to dinner. So if you eat dinner on Monday, then you skip breakfast, skip lunch, and you go to dinner on Tuesday, that's a 24-hour fast, or slightly less. And you might do that 2 to 3 times per week. So during fasting, there are lots of different variations as well. The classic is water-only fasting. So when you drink water and that's it. There are several other variations. So dry fasting, whereas you don't drink any water at all. And that is not something I generally recommend, because you're not only not eating, you're also not drinking. So you're also getting dehydrated at the same time as you're fasting. Because the water doesn't really have any bad metabolic effects, it just makes it a lot harder for no reason. So that's the point I don't recommend it at all. You can also start to introduce certain fluids other than water. What is often very useful is something like green tea or herbal teas. We don't allow any artificial sweeteners. We don't allow any artificial flavors. Some people start to then go into things such as coffee, black coffee, or perhaps a little bit of cream. Once you start getting into those sort of fasting regimens, what you have to realize is that they are not true fast, and that if you have coffee with cream, for example, there is some calories there. So it's not a true fast. Nevertheless, some people still get very good results, and some people find it much easier to do when you allow that little bit of so-called cheating. And as long as you're getting good results, there's no reason not to do it.